Go ahead.
Hi,
Hi.
this is Lizzie here, and she's 15 years old. She's a chow mix. We got her from an animal shelter upstate, and last year we got her when she was 14. And this is Chevy. We got him in February. He was 14 from also a shelter, different shelter upstate. This is Daisy. And she's 7.5. She's a little younger, and these two were brought up in the same house. I didn't want to separate them. I love to rescue older dogs. I love dogs, and they're very difficult to find even in the shelters. A lot of the local shelters have like younger dogs. I love the geriatric dogs. I know I'm only going to have them for a few years, but I would rather see them spend the last few years of their life in a home rather than in a shelter. Our Daisy here is 7.5. And she's a little bit too young for me. She's a little bit of a handful. But she grew up in the same house with this dog here, Chevy, who's 14. And they did a drug raid on the house and took the dogs away from them. That's how we ended up getting these two dogs. The dogs that were, that's why how we ended up getting the younger dog. I couldn't bear to separate them.
Oh, which is very kind of you.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, and also they're very lucky because a lot of older dogs don't make it even, you know? I mean, they're being put down and...
Yeah, I searched shelters, local shelters on Long Island. The younger, they would say, oh, we have plenty of senior dogs, and they were 8 or 9.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm wondering what's happening to all the other dogs that are 10 and over.
Yeah, well...
And they're so precious at that age, and
Oh God,
so
yeah.
grateful.
And they certainly are, and they know they've been rescued, and they're just so lovable, and now they're all getting along, I suppose.
They're all getting along. We had a little trouble with the little younger one and our old Lizzie, because we've had Lizzie for a year now. And these two we've only had for about 4 months.
So
But it's worked itself out.
So the 2 girls, right?
We have 2 girls. This guy's a boy. He likes to poke you with his nose. He just pokes and pokes. He just loves
Chevy, how cute.
That's Chevy. He's all gray. I couldn't stand to see him in the shelter the rest of his life.
Yeah, no, I mean, and he's very happy and so thankful. I can see that. Yeah.
It's very sweet. This is a handful, my Daisy. She's a little handful, but she's getting there. She's getting there.
And so you also do wildlife rescue.
I'm also the director of the Wildlife Rescue Center of the Hamptons.
Yes.
We've taken animals that have been injured and hit by cars, and there's just really no other place on the east end of Long Island where somebody can bring an injured wild animal. We have a hotline where people can call 728-WILD at all hours in the middle of the night, and they get a pager system, and we have a hospital in Hampton Bays on county property. And it can be very rewarding.
Yeah. Oh no, it certainly is, and you have been doing it for many, many years. And I also appreciate that I can come there and take a little video.
Absolutely.
And
we're getting a lot of baby animals now. We're getting a lot of baby squirrels, baby bunnies, baby birds. But people should always remember too, if they see a baby bird, it doesn't always need rescued.
yeah,
If it has its feathers and it's just hopping around, that belongs there. The mother's feeding it on the ground, and they should pick it up. But I love all animals, wild and domestic.
Yes, that is the greatest, isn't it?
And you do so much with rescue too.
Well, when I have the time, but unfortunately I really haven't been doing it, doing that much last year. But I'll try whenever I can, definitely. And we found this bunny the other day. Little baby bunny, which somebody brought over, yeah. So, which was doing pretty good. Yes, look at these guys. Yes, you're so handsome.
Very happy.
And of course, I mean, your husband must be as much into this whole thing as you are. It's like with my husband, right?
He loves dogs. He absolutely loves dogs. I think old Lizzie here is his favorite.
Look, she's really like a watchdog. She's really watching everything in the neighborhood.
Yeah, she doesn't bark when anybody
Yeah.
goes by, though. She's very, very quiet.
But she's watching whatever's going on. A car goes by. I mean, just making sure that everything is okay and they belong here.
She usually sits on the deck and just watches everything go by. We have this whole fenced-in yard on the side.
Which is great.
It's fenced in, goes all the way to the back.
which is really nice and so much safer. You don't have to worry about. You can
Right.
let them out in the middle of the night and they can
Right.
just do their thing.
Not have to worry.
Yeah. Okay, some last words.
I just like to remind everybody, don't overlook the older dogs in the shelters. They're so much calmer. You don't have to train them. They're already trained. They're calm. And not to overlook those. I can't stand the thought of them spending the whole rest of their lives in a shelter.
Yeah.
It's actually a very brave thing to do because you're only going to have them for a couple of years.
Yes.
But
Yes.
so you have to be prepared for that.
Yeah,
As long as you're prepared and you know that,
yeah.
then there will always be room for another dog.
Yeah.
And don't overlook mixed breeds. Each mixed breed is a unique animal. A lot of the full breeds, one dog looks exactly the same as the other, but when you get a mixed breed, they're their own dog. There's never going to be another dog like them. They're unique.
Yes, and plus, a lot of them are so much healthier than purebred.
They are. I believe that. I believe that they're a lot healthier.
Yes.
I think they live longer too.
Yes. Yeah. No, I think the main reason, or probably one of the reasons why people don't like older dogs is not necessarily don't like them, but not like having them, the pain, the money with the vet, which is probably all. But I also think it's very rewarding taking an older animal in, and you're getting so much back. You're definitely getting your money worth, even though if it's only for a year.
Right.
Because not everything always has to last a lifetime.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it can be expensive with the vet.
Yeah.
That is a problem. You
Yeah.
take all three of them to the vet, plus we had all three of them groomed. But
Yeah.
if you follow up with your preventive maintenance, your
Yeah.
shots, and
Yeah.
it's more likely than not that you won't have a lot of big
Yeah.
vet bills towards
Yeah.
the end if
Yeah.
you just keep up with all
Yeah.
your basic illnesses and shots
Yeah.
and catch things before
Yeah.
they get too out
Yeah.
of hand. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, thank you so very, very much.
Thank you.